And these are the moments that I work for. Being... No, I think that's the other street. No, that's the other street. That's the other street. Being able to sit at the pool with my daughter while she's taking her swim lessons, not having to worry about the stress of having to be calling out, asking for permission to take this time to do the things that I need to do for my family, and just the ability to live life. I feel like just being in an office for 8 to 9 hours in the day, you're so limited. Your time is so limited. And not to say there's anything wrong with being in an office or working for someone else. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, if you desire a certain type of life, a certain type of lifestyle, why limit yourself to that when you know that it's so limiting, when you know that you can't move about freely, you can't do the things you need to do, you have a very limited lunch hour, you basically have probably a 30 to 40 minute window to get some fresh air and walk outside and get sunlight. I mean, except for, of course, there are people who work outdoors. There are jobs like, there are people who work outdoors who get to experience, daylight and sunlight. But for the people who are indoors, who work indoors, you don't even get to experience the daylight. I mean, because most people get off at 5 or 6 p.m. and then the sun is already setting. I mean, in the wintertime, if we're talking about wintertime, by the time you get off of work, it's already dark. You missed the sun hour, you missed daylight. And I don't know, it's just, I value that so much. I mean, everybody values things differently. You may not value being outside. You may not value getting to experience the sunlight during the workday. That may not be valuable to you. But if that is valuable to you, prioritizing the things that you care about, the things that are valuable to you, is what that freedom allows. If that is valuable to you, then building the life that allows you to do those things is top priority. If you prioritize being able to take 5 vacations a year, then build a life that allows you to do that versus settling for a life that doesn't allow you to do those things. And for me, being able to spend time with my family, being able to go outside and experience sunlight, not being stuck behind a computer screen for 9 hours a day, unless I choose to be, because I'm doing what I love to do, unless I choose to be. But having to...
How long left do we have until 4 o'clock?
20 minutes. 50, and asking for prior approval to be able to, go to a dentist appointment, asking for prior approval to take time off because I'm not feeling well one day, not having to force myself to go into work because I'm having an off day. Like, there's things like that where you're restricted, limited, and forced to do things where you're not able to take care of yourself. Prioritizing work over self-care is just not ideal for me. And when I traveled abroad, I went to Europe for 2 weeks. We went to France and Spain, and it's such a different type of lifestyle over there. They prioritize livelihood and family over work.
Making videos, right?
They work to live. They don't live to work, they work to live. Here, we live to work. Work is not their entire life. How about they work to make an income? They don't make work their entire life. Over here in America, we make work our entire life and nothing else matters. If you're not working, then your life is basically worthless, or you're lazy, or you're not ambitious if you don't work. But over there, they work and then they're done. When they're done with work, that's it. It's not all about work, grind, work. It's like when they're done with work, they're done with work. And, you know, I strive for that type of lifestyle. I strive for that type of calm, that type of peace, that type of freedom. And, you know, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think that you're lazy for not wanting to have the stress of a traditional 9 to 5. I don't think you're lazy for not wanting to grind and work yourself to the bone. I don't think that makes you lazy at all. I think that makes you aware of what's important to you. It makes you aware of the type of life you want to live, and it makes you aware of yourself, your self-care, and what matters to you. And I don't think that makes you lazy at all. And for the people who don't desire a traditional 9 to 5, it doesn't, just because you don't desire work in a traditional setting, it doesn't mean that you don't want to work. It just means that you desire a different type of lifestyle. And just because you're working in a different format, it doesn't make you lazy or not ambitious. It's just a different type of work. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't like the misconception that people who don't have a regular job, that they don't want to work. I hate that misconception because it's not true at all. It's so not true. And I can't stand when people assume that I'm lazy because I choose not to have a regular job, or because I'm choosing a non-traditional path, an unconventional work path. I can't stand when people assume that I just don't want to work, or I just want to sit at home and watch TV all day, because that is so not the case at all. I can't stand that, and I will continue preaching over and over again the difference between wanting a peaceful life and settling for something that everybody says that you should do, not because it's what you want to do. Being able to choose your freedom and choose the way you want to live is not lazy, and you're not unambitious, if that's even a word. So if you are like me, just be encouraged that everybody may not understand your path, and it's okay if they don't understand, but keep doing what you believe is true to you. Stay true to you, stay true to the vision, stay true to what God is showing you, and don't let up on that.